So I want to start detailing the station now. So I've got some signage there. I've got a few bits left over from previous models that I was working on. So I've got a couple of telephone boxes, some post boxes there, bit for the detailing of the loading bay later, and my lights turned up. These are Z scale, so this should be perfect for N scale. The last ones I ordered were N scale and they was massive, but these look still quite big heads on there, so I'm going to put a couple of holes in and just see what they actually look like first before I actually decide on that. And I've got some typical sort of fencing, but it's Midland Railway fencing, not Welsh Railway, but that's what I've decided to go with because I really like that type of fencing, and I couldn't really find any other sort of fencing that was that suitable. So I also do have some staff, passengers I should say. So I've already got all these are all pre-painted and everything like that, so it should be nice and easy to just get all on. So that's where I'm going to sort of make a little bit of a start. So I think the first thing to do is either put in the fencing or the lights, and I think I'm going to try doing the fencing first because I'm going to need, well then again, after drilling it I'll probably knock some of the fencing off, so I'm going to go for the lights. So let's start to get them in place. I want to test these LEDs first, see what they actually look like. It's supposed to be warm white, and I bought some before and there was not warm white. Don't look too bad. I think they should look quite good. I'm only going to put two on that platform, and I don't know whether to put them like this on that platform or cut one of the LEDs off and have them on the edge. I'll have to wait and see, but I have no idea what I'm going to do. But let's just see what these do look like. I've just got a 3-volt battery pack. Got the right bed. Okay. So you can see that on the camera. Quite a nice subdued light, actually, quite good. So all quite nice and warm. Might modify one of them with just taking one of the LEDs off, see what it actually looks like, because it might look absolutely disastrous, or I might have to do a little bit of work tidying it up with a bit of filler or something like that. So but let me get, I think, one there and one there, something like that and that. So I'm going to get the holes drilled for this. I think it's going to be quite a small hole, so let me get that prepared. So I've got the holes drilled. I actually didn't have the record on then, so but that's really where I'm putting them. Like this is just not too close to the point motor, and I think they should be just about right there. So I'm going to just get the vacuum cleaner, just tidy that up, and then get them glued in. never sit the way you want them to. Right, that's all the wires. They look okay. It was actually from China, and they took a little while to turn up, probably about 2 weeks, but still not too bad. But they're just so cheap. I think they're about £6, something like that, so not the cheapest lights out there, but you know, still good value. There we go. So I'll get them glued in. Might have to just prop them straight so they stay nice. So I'm going to glue those in now. Sure whether to wait until I've got the front ones in. Right, I'm going to have a go at just modifying this one first. Right, let's destroy one of these. See what it actually looks like with just one head on it. Probably end up destroying the LED as well, so I'd rather keep the LED if I could. Quite a strong plastic. Okay, I'm flying off. Wires all seem to be stuck in. Now, did I cut any of the wires while I was doing that? So that's what it, see if we can, that'll focus in. So that doesn't look too bad. A little bit of touching up. So I think a little bit of grey paint on the back there will look alright. I might need to just sand that down a tiny little bit, just smooth it off, and just touch your grey paint. And then just need 2 of those. So that's, I'm just going to make sure that LED still, when I say destroy I mean modify. So which red wire is it? You sort of got a 50-50 chance, so I'm going to put both reds together. Well, I keep saying that and it keeps dropping out my hand. And see which oh, yeah, still have a light. I don't know if that's you can see that. See if I can so yeah, so it's still working. Excellent. So I've not destroyed it, I've modified it. Right, I'm going to modify another one and then just tidy it up a little bit with a bit of paint and then get it fitted. Right, just mixed a tiny little bit of grey. Should match. That's not bad. Just a small amount of white, dipped in a tiny little black, just so I could judge the colour. That worked all right. So, as you can see, should be fine when I get them on the layout. I think what I will do is I'm just going to put them across the opposite side. That's going to be a challenge actually. I've realised that I've got the batten here, so I'm going to have to just drill through and make a groove in the batten. So let me pull this off the table so I can actually drill all the way through. So yeah, didn't really think about that. So I'm going to need to put them roughly, I'm going to put one about there, across from that one, I think, near the edge. When I put the fencing in, it will be fairly close to it. Oh, no, I need it. Right, I need something to measure this. So, I think there. I don't. Ooh, that's going to be close to those power sockets. Right, I better vacuum that up. Yeah, the wires that came through on those other platform ones, just long enough to get to the lighting bus, so that's good. So what I do have to do is, there's a couple of holes, one there, and I need to make a groove down there and groove down there for the wires, and I don't think they're going to be long enough, so I'm going to have to extend the wires as well. I just hope I don't break my drill bit. Now that'll come through. Whether I'm going to be able to feed the wire through and then through that hole is another matter, so I'm going to give that a go. I've got my wire through. The next bit is going to be the trickiest bit. Will it go through? Actually, yes, although probably one of the blue ones. Twisted up. Just feed that one through, man, on its own. There we go. That's not bad. let's see if I can do the same with the next one. Well, that worked. All I've got is a hole, and I've got the wires that's come down through. So on this one I had to do it slightly differently. I drilled a hole all the way down with a small drill initially, just on, and then I drilled a slightly larger hole there so I could feed the wires, and then a larger hole just through the bottom up to the, once I saw it. So I just used something round. So once I saw the drill actually at the hole, then I could stop, and then it was easy enough to feed the wire. So I'm just going to get these glued in and wired up there. Well, that's all the wiring done. Not the neatest, so I'll need to just tidy these wires up a little bit, but I've got them all on there. Just need to test it all now. Once I've got it all finished, I'll get all those tidied up, but I just want to get it tested. Right, let's see if these work. Ah, yes. Let me just drop that light down. Yeah, so they look quite effective, and all of them working. Yeah, they look pretty good actually. I don't think they're too big either. I know they're supposed to be Z gauge, but I'd still say still big for N gauge. So, but yeah, I'm happy with those. I've got a few items that I'd like to do around this farmhouse now. As I had a comment about why is the grass looking so exactly the same around the farmhouse, and it should really have a Land Rover port outside the front. So I've got a 3D printed Land Rover, yeah, like a pickup one. So I'm going to take this piece of fence out here, create a bit of a driveway, and then do a bit of grass texture on there, I think. So that's in really in solid. So hopefully it won't become too much of a mess, and I'll be able to just paint that in a little bit of grey and it'll look alright. Let's see if I can get this, I think, cut in about this PVA glue's gone really strong. Now I'm going to get my finger out of the way. I have a feeling I'm just going to slice it. This is probably the toughest piece of the old fence. Yeah, and damage the other part. Well, I'm going to have to cut it then to there. That's okay. Let's get rid of this bits. So the driveway will come back there then. Probably good to have some gates. I might actually have a look for something like that. I think I just need to make a little bit of grey paint on there and clean up this a little bit more. Right, that's okay. And well, they make two little wheel tracks coming off. That a bit wider. Right, I think that will do. I'll paint that in grey, clean that up with the vacuum cleaner, then paint that in grey. Let it dry, and then I'll sort the grass out. Won't be perfect. Would have been better to have done this before. But that'll be okay. And the land draper, once that's on, it'll cover most of that grey anyway, so that'll be alright. Just leave that paint dry, or the grass texture will stick to it, and I'll go and change all this grass texture colour. Right, I think that's dry enough, so I'm going to get a bit of PVA glue. It's quite a thin glue, this one, so clear the nozzle. Still blocked. It's never been blocked until I want to use it for the camera. Right. Also going to put a little bit of water on my brush. Right, let's get that brushed in. To a year. Get rid of that. a little bit of water on there. Right, let's have a go with and I've got some fine turf, so let's see if this makes it look a little bit better. Obviously I'll vacuum up the excess, don't want it on the roof. Leave that to dry a little bit and the vacuum cleaner on. I think that looks very green, maybe too much. I can always put a little bit of mix in, but I don't think it'll stick as thick as what it's looking like there. So that's all the excess vacuumed off. Now it's not looking too bad actually. I've got just a little bit of an autumn mix here. Sprinkle a tiny little bit of that in, just take some of the really dark green away. So it's not quite a perfect grass. A few weeds in there. Once I just drop a little bit more moisture on there with a spray, I think that will be quite good. Right, not going to go any more on that, so I think that's okay. I'm going to get the Land Rover in place now. Just about like that, and I think that scene is sort of about finished. Could do with some characters outside, but I don't really have any. So, but I may look at that as in the future. I think as the grass is so green, a load of sheep have turned up. You know, seeing the grass is greener on the other side, so I'm going to add some sheep. And if you are in Wales, you'll notice that the two actually roam wherever they like a lot of the time, these sheep. So I've got plenty to place. I just put a bit of PVA glue on a plastic bag there. I've not stuck it straight onto the road. So I'm going to hopefully these will stand up. I'm just going to get some in place. So I've already got these painted. And I've got loads to apply. So let me carry on, I think. Otherwise I'll be here all day just adding a few sheep. Let's stick another one. Right, I'm going to carry on adding a lot more sheep onto this piece of hillside. All the PVA glue will dry, so won't be visible once it's all on there, so come back shortly. Well, there's plenty of sheep on there. I think that'll look okay. Obviously still quite a bit more to do, but I'm going to let that dry and then come back in a little while. Really, I've got plenty to do down at the boatyard, so I think that's the next place to go. I think the first thing to put in, really, a little forklift truck, and I'm going to be putting that just near the loading area. So I've seemed to have moved my glue, so I need to just go and fetch that. And again, it's just a little bit of PVA on the bottom. Oh, that's a swimming in glue. Let me just wipe a lot of that off. Right, when I say a little bit, that's all I want to put on. And right, I was going to say there. Got a little one of the workers. I mean, he has been on a layout before, so he doesn't seem to want to stand up. I think one of his feet are a bit shorter than the other. That's the problem. Right, I'm going to have to prop him up with something. No, don't like that. Let's get I know these are factory workers, but I think they'll be okay. Don't have that much in the N-gauge characters. Well, they're all over the place here. Right, and see if we can get these to stand up. She works quite well with PVA glue. Not all of these are going to use. Some of them are in strange positions and poses. Just as I say, it works really well with PVA glue. He falls over. Don't like using super glue. I was using that earlier to try and fix some fence, and I glued my fingers together. It seemed to only glue my fingers. I think I'm going to have to get the tweezers. Right, I've had a few more details on the dock scene, just in the I've got a couple of boats as well, which I will want to place, but I think I'm not going to fix them in place just yet. There's one where he's actually going on there, and I think I'd have them like that, but I want to put some ripples on there first. But I'll put this boat there. There's a little person supposed to be tying the boat up, something like that, or he's tying his shoelaces, not decided. I've got a few barrels. Glue all needs to dry clear yet, but I've got a few other pieces to put on. I'm just waiting for the paint to dry on those. I just painted those up. I think while I'm waiting for that glue to dry and those paint, I'm going to add some characters onto the station. Right, I thought I'd try and get these people stuck down then. So let's give this a go. Right, this is working okay. I normally use the PVA. That didn't seem to work very well this time, so I am actually just using a bit of all-purpose, just put it on a piece of plastic, and that definitely has improved. Let's have somebody on this side. I do need to put some benches as well. Well, just cursed myself, and I was saying that it's working quite well. He just falls over. Didn't have many. I'm not going to scatter them all singly all over. In fact, somebody can be reading this notice board. Oh, all over the place. It's not working very well now. It was a few minutes ago. Maybe better with the tweezers. I'm going to do somebody on the bridge. Just come in. There. And we've got one person left. And I'll put them here. I'll have to get some more, I think. Right. Right, I think that's okay. Hold on. Might have to put something there just to prop them up while the glue dries. Just got a few more bits of detail, not a great deal more I don't think, but as you could probably see I've put the fencing in. And what else have I got to do? So I might have to just prop something up behind them. Trying to think what else have I got left. I've got a little bit to put around the dock once the paint has dried. So what I have got is some 3D printed items. So I've got some upturned boats which I'm just going to put, and then I might put a bit of reeds or something vegetation growing around them. They're supposed to be like abandoned, so I think they will go somewhere around there. Let's just there. Now I've got an old trailer. It's a little bit wet, I think. I've just sort of tried to leave as rusty looking as possible, but it didn't work that well. And I've got a little hut that's all damaged and distressed. I was going to just put this here. That's the look okay there. So and still messing that up because I'm still waiting for that to dry in a way. I was going to just sort of tuck that down the side initially, but I think I'm going to just stick it where these bushes are, so the bushes are starting to grow into it. It's got an old boat stuck on it, and I just need to really put a little bit more vegetation around those items. I need to fix where the sort of resin came into the landscape there. I mean, I don't know whether to leave it like that, but it needs to be dulled off, so I'd need to put a bit of matte on there. Can't spray any of the matte lacquer because it'll go straight on the river, but that's all nice and solid now. So it's been I think 36 hours, and it's really is a solid piece of resin now, so that's good. Oh, I was actually thinking, what else have I got left in my detailing box? But I've got a little old van that I'm going to I think I'll stick on somewhere around there. So let me adjust this. So I'm thinking of just sticking somewhere like that. So I think I'll put that in place. I've also got a I'm not going to get that to focus. Some more, couple of Farish Ford Prefect, sort of from the 1960s, 70s. I think I'll put those up near the station. So I'm going to get this van in place now, and I'm just using a bit of PVA, but I seem to have got a little bit too much, I think. So I'm just going to put that just there. Now I think I'm just going to use one of these because I haven't got any other vehicles of a different type, so I think I'm just going to leave that pot there. I think it's the station house. Decided not to use the green one because I've got a green Land Rover, a green van, and everybody in this town buys green cars or vehicles, so I'm using that light blue one instead. Okay, let me leave you with a little bit of trains running on the layout. And we've got the Dapol Class 26 pulling a couple of Dapol coaches with lights. Get that going at about 40%. And we've got the BR Black IVAT with a couple of BR coaches. Lima. Let's drop the lights down. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Have a good evening and take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend.